am a Night Rider.
You're terrible, Muriel.
Talk to me.
You gonna do that pogo?
You've been talking to the cop. Today is a brand new day.
No, that's it. It's the vibe.
Witness me, fellow Aussie film lovers, and welcome to another episode of Under Southern Screens, the most mad Australian cinema podcast. I'm Mitch.
That was very, very intense. I'm Matthew.
And welcome to the first episode of Mad Mayx.
Mate, he's on it.
I'm mad.
He's mad. Are we going to roll a specialty intro for this?
I was hoping we would. I haven't talked about it with you.
Do we want to do like car noises?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
3,
yeah, I do want
2, 1. Mad Mayx. That was good. That was a really good intro.
That was awesome. I loved it.
Unplanned, and you're welcome, and you're going to be hearing it for the next 4 weeks, dear listener.
We're definitely going to manage to match that every single episode. The same noises. Are we going to do it raw each time?
I think we should do a raw each time. I think that's funny.
All right, different car noises each time.
Of course,
yeah,
because, guys, it is the first episode of Mad Mayx, our first month
so
of
excited.
for Under Southern Screens. Mitch is
so excited.
You're raring to go, aren't you, mate? You're just
well, as everyone knows, because I can't shut up. I love Mad Mayx.
That's all right. We all do, mate. It's part of the
true.
citizenship test for good old Australasia.
It's very true. You get asked if in our constitution if there's a freedom of speech thing.
Yes.
There isn't, by the way.
Yep.
And also you get asked if you like Mad Max, and if you don't, you get kicked
They
out.
ask you, what are you? And you have to respond with the Knight Rider, or else you're gone, like immediate deportation.
Yeah, exactly. But first off, spoilers.
Yes.
For
oh
Mad
my
Max.
goodness. Yeah.
The first of 4. So we're doing the first one today.
Yes, Mad Max 1.
We'll be doing 1 through Fury Road.
That's right.
This month.
We'll save Furiosa for like just a little special time down the road,
for
because
another time. Yeah.
that is a fantastic movie, and I sincerely hope that there will be more Mad Max films down the pipeline. So yeah, we'll get to it, mate. Don't worry. It's just as good as
Yeah.
these ones, but yeah.
We have to hold out till the next Mad Max movie comes out.
Because unfortunately, there are not 5 weeks in a month for most months. In fact, any month.
There is not.
So,
It's true.
but yeah, Mad Max 1. This is crazy.
Mad Max 1. Spoilers for Mad Max 1.
The one that started it all. Mitch,
Yes.
how many times have you seen Mad Max 1 in your
I
time?
think at least 4 times, including the most recent watch. Yeah.
This was my second watch of this. I'd seen it years ago. I think just when I started getting into film academically, when I started it at university.
Yes.
And I wanted to seem like I knew what I was talking about. But yeah, this is the second time I've seen it. Do you want to start our engines with a little introduction?
I absolutely do want to talk about Mad Max, the 1979 dystopian action film directed by George Miller.
Oh, was it 79, not 70? I messed up then.
Yeah, it was the 12th of April, 1979, brother.
Oh, no, I didn't. I'm not really starting off Mad Mayx off very strong, am I?
It's all right. Don't worry. All right. Set in a post-apocalyptic world that looks an awful lot like Geelong in the late 1970s. The movie follows a rough and tumble but ultimately charismatic cop who does daring stunts and rescues Daniels from ruined cars. Jim Goose Rains.
Oh no.
However,
What a twist.
once Goose is cooked alive by Toe Cutter and his motorbike gang, the police force's best pursuit man, Max Rokatansky, does not heed the call to action. No, it takes a combination of his supposed best friends getting burned to death, being given the last V8 car in existence, and his wife and kid being run over by a motorbike for him to finally get mad. He then proceeds to kill all of them.
He went crazy.
Shot for $400,000, the movie earned $100 million in gross revenue and set a Guinness record for most profitable film,
Cha-ching.
which was only then beaten by the Blair Witch Project, which is another reason to hate found footage horror films.
Of many.
The success of this movie has been credited for furthering the presence of Australian New Wave films on the global stage. Shot in and around Melbourne, the movie features a wealth of the city's iconography like the Science Works Museum's car park,
Yes.
the University of Melbourne's car park, and the newly fixed Westgate Bridge after it had collapsed 9 years prior to the release of this movie.
Damn.
The film was shot over 6 weeks and it stars a 23-year-old Mel Gibson, who really tarnishes this film's reputation and overall legacy.
He was 23?
Yeah, I think he was 23.
Dude, that makes me feel so like
I know.
I'm almost 23 and I'm not Mad Max.
Oh, my bad. He was 21 when he filmed it.
Oh,
he was 23 when it was
that
released.
makes me feel worse. No. All the missed potential.
Yeah, it's rough. He looks older in this.
He does. He looks like a grown boy.
He does. The movie received mixed reviews, both being condemned with phrases like all the emotional uplift of Mein Kampf
Oh my gosh.
and praised as a directorial debut for Miller. It has been since included in multiple best films of all time lists.
Wow.
Matthew.
Yes.
What do you think of Mad Max?
Look, it's the first movie in a long series of 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 movies. And I think it is great for being the first movie in this.
It's great.
That was a great introduction. I didn't know this didn't do that well critically or like financial. I mean, it did well financially, but like not critically.
Worldwide, it made a huge amount. However, as we'll talk about probably more in our next episode, it didn't do particularly well in America.
Yeah, right. Which is a shame because it is like the American movie. It's got fast cars. It's got hot men and women. It's got a science works building. It's got everything Americans want.
I know what you're saying. It's like Fast and Furious, but with the science works.
Exactly. It's proto Fast and Furious with science works. Can we just go back to that Mein Kampf quote real quick?
Yeah. So
Can we rewind there?
It was some Australian commentator / producer, film producer.
What a bold claim. You don't see Lee Patch writing that these days in The Guardian.
No, you do not. Although The Guardian was one of the publications exactly that really loved Mad Max.
That's
that
good.
in the New York Times. It was Philip Adams, who is an Australian humanist, social commentator, former broadcaster, public intellectual.
Public intellectual. Imagine that being on your business card. That's crazy.
He's had a column for a bajillion different things. He's written for The Age, The Australian, The Sydney Morning Herald, The National Times.
I can't beat that. I'll be brutally honest, but still, bold claim. And look, this has emotion. This has feelings.
I can see why people wouldn't like it.
Yeah.
But I think they're dumb if they don't.
I'd love to immediately like bring a comparison to a previous film that we've watched for USS, The Cars That Ate Paris.
Oh my god, I am shocked and appalled that you would bring this movie up.
After watching that with our dear friend Alex, the DNA that these movies share it's almost uniform. Like it's got the same visual style, it's got the wild and wacky cars, it's got the outlandish characters, and the narrative is just slightly kooky. It's a kooky, tilted narrative.
It's kind of like the slimmer, more unhinged younger brother of Cars That Ate Paris, which isn't to say that like Cars That Ate Paris is bloated or anything, but it's just Cars That Ate Paris is this more introspective, slower, and as we discussed in that episode, go check it out, there's a lot of deeper themes that it really goes into. And that's not to say that Mad Max doesn't have deep themes per se, but I feel like it wears its themes more on its sleeve than Cars That Ate Paris does. This is kind of quite clearly a critique on law enforcement, and
yeah, exactly.
a lot of the time it's the law enforcement that's doing more damage to the public in these pursuits than the actual criminals.
I do see that, yeah.
Especially in that first opening section when they're chasing after the Knight Rider. By the way, we haven't forgotten he is indeed in our intro.
He opens the brunt of our intro, and it's just such an iconic moment, iconic line. The dude is deranged as well as his GF, you know, it's like what a excellent way to open the film with like a rip-roaring car chase that shows that the police force is like inept as hell until Max Rockatansky steps in.
Rockatansky. I was looking at that in my intro and I was going, I don't want to say that.
It's funny as it sounds like a Street Fighter character.
It's crazy that he's got like this Russian last name.
That's true. Yeah, very, very true.
Very Slavic. It's interesting. I like this movie a lot. The first Mad Max movie I watched was Fury Road.
Yes, yeah, you started at the end.
Yeah, I started at the end. So when I finally got my lovely Blu-ray set of all the films until Furiosa came out and ruined it, I was like, let's start from the start. You know, let's go, let's watch all four.
Yeah.
I knew this would be a different beast.
Yeah.
I knew it couldn't be Fury Road.
Yeah.
But the first time I watched this, even though I knew this was older, even though I knew this was going to be slower, it was going to be different.
You have to build up to it.
I was disappointed by this the first time I watched this. I think I was 20. I was younger 20s than I am now. But the second time I watched it, Loved
Yeah.
it. I knew what was going into it this time.
Yeah.
I knew to expect not the same nitrous-filled, witness me kind of stuff.
Where's the orange? You know what I mean? That's
Where
the
is
thing
the
that's
orange?
missing
Yeah.
from Mad Max 1.
It's very green and gray.
It's rural. It's a rural movie.
I don't actually think the apocalypse has occurred yet in this movie.
Yeah,
I think it's like the lead up to the nuclear war that is the apocalypse.
Yeah, the budding
I'm pretty
tensions,
sure.
yeah.
Because it is a degradation in society for sure.
Yeah.
There's all these motorbike gangs, the toe
That's it.
cutters gang.
Played by Hugh Keys-Byrne. What a legend.
Exactly. They mention that it's the last V8 car or something. It's the last of the V8s.
Yeah.
The car that he has. What happened? All the other cars. Did someone eat them?
Parasite them.
The parasite ate the cars.
I think it is a reflection of George Miller's making a very sort of subtle allegory for the 70s where, impending nuclear war. I mean, Vietnam for the first half of the decade. Yeah, stuff that we mentioned in Cars That Ate Paris throughout that whole video. Like a lot of those thoughts and feelings are similar here. At the same time, I'm not sure if it completely disavows the police force just because of how badass it makes Max look throughout the whole movie. And also Goose as well. Goose is made to look pretty...
Up until he gets mulched and cooked.
That's true, yeah.
Cooked and unk and
It's
red-pilled.
absolutely domed.
The movie's kind of like, a lot of these cops suck, but this one cop's kind of rad.
That's it. When we need to have a really cool action set piece, then that's when the cops can be cool.
There's a sense of desperation in all the stunts in this because you kind of know that they only had one take for all of them and they just had to get it right.
Because of that, they look so real.
It's all so much fun, right?
You feel the weight of it right from the gate in that opening chase when they rip through that caravan and that truck, that little van.
All truck-based stuff in this movie is pretty great, honestly.
When they fly over the river bridge or whatever, it's just like, man, that must have hurt.
I think the actor for Max's wife, I can't remember the character's name.
Who's great, by the way, in this movie.
She's great, yeah. I think that was a replacement actor, though. Rosie Bailey was originally cast as Max's wife.
Right.
And she was injured in a bike accident within, the first 4 days of shooting.
Jeez.
Production was halted, and then Bailey was replaced by who actually does now play the wife, Joanne Samuel, after a 2-week delay.
There you go.
Reading the making of this movie, though, is kind of crazy. Can I give you some more tidbits?
Fill me in, man. Go nuts with it.
So they would close down roads without filming permits.
Nice.
And they would not use walkie-talkies because their frequency was coincided with police radio.
With the police, yes.
So they couldn't do it. So they would just sweep the roads, get all the stuff that they left behind.
This is student film to the max. I actually kind of love it.
However, the Victoria Police actually eventually became interested in the production and just kind of helped them close down roads and escorted vehicles.
That must be the most Australian thing about this film. They're like, oh, what are you guys doing? Oh, you're making a movie, are you?
Oh, I mate, what you got on there? Oh, we'll give you a hand, eh?
Going into my own personal experience, no one really cares if you're shooting anything here. At least from my experience. You can just be on a beach somewhere, literally in the middle of the city, and people will just walk by you.
I think it's really circumstantial. I've heard of someone who tried to film at the Shrine of Remembrance, and that didn't go well.
Yeah, right, yeah.
They got pretty early on.
Well,
you have to get a specific permit for that one, and they tried to guerrilla it, and they got caught.
Well, I've filmed at the Shrine of Remembrance guerrilla style.
And you were fine?
And I was fine.
You were fine? You were lucky.
I have that nice guy look to me. I have that good aura.
You looked like a tourist just filming stuff.
Honestly, it was solo. It was for a thing. But
they had a whole crew. So that was maybe, if you were just solo, then there would be
then it wouldn't be there. Yeah.
I think they had a whole crew there.
That being said, maybe don't bring a whole film crew to the Shrine of Remembrance. It's kind of a sacred contemplative. Is that what
contemplative?
That's the word. Thank you. Area. Anyway, back to Mad Max. Just the rough and readiness of this film is kind of lost in the later ones, I think.
It made so much money that they actually got a budget so they could actually go do stuff.
Do it for real.
Number 2, number 3, and number 4. Number 4 especially. It would be so interesting to watch this and then watch number 4.
Yeah.
And miss out the middle part where you can see the evolution of the series. You just get
start and end. It's like reading chapter 1 and then the end chapter of a book. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's how did we get here?
Take your analogy and then make it even bigger. It's like reading the first chapter of I don't know, Lord of the Rings, and then going to the last chapter of the last book of Lord of the Rings and reading that, just seeing like, what the hell just happened here? Though, to be fair, they both start and end in the Shire, so maybe not as big a change as what I'm hoping for. My point stands though. It's so curious and it's just fun. Yeah. It is funny how long it takes for Mad Max to become mad.
Or just for Max to do anything in this movie.
Yeah.
For a lot of it, it is the Goose Show. We found this when we were watching, because this is the first movie for this pod that we've watched together in person, because I was down in Melbourne for a couple of days. And so we watched Mad Max 1 together, and we were just commenting like, when's Max gonna show up, bro?
When's he gonna do something? Yeah.
If I wanted to see Goose, I'd watch Top Gun. Haha, funny.
He dies in that too.
Yeah, that's true. Unfortunately. Spoilers.
Oh yeah, sorry. You know what? Screw it. Top Gun. You can spoil Top Gun. Right, all right. A, everyone knows he dies in that, and B, if you haven't seen Top Gun by now, if you want to, what are you doing?
There's a whole sequel to Top Gun that revolves around
his
the
death.
Main spoiler of Top Gun 1. So
yeah, exactly.
But when Max does show up, I think Mel Gibson, he's doing what he needs to do. I reckon
he's not the best part of this movie.
He's our audience surrogate. He's our gateway into this crazy world where everyone else is.
Everyman, isn't he?
But I buy his relationship with Joanne Samuel as well. Like, I buy all that, and I find that very sweet. The main star of the show here is Hugh Keays-Byrne as the toe cutter.
Oh my goodness, Hugh Keays-Byrne.
What a man.
It's great seeing him. A lot of people would know that he actually comes back in the franchise later, but in this, he's such a fun villain.
He's so theatrical, mustache twirling.
Yeah.
He steals Joanne Samuel's ice cream, which I think is like the worst crime a thing can do.
And then gets like weirdly sexual with it, and it's odd. And then she kicks him in the balls and slaps him in the face with the ice cream. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
There's no depth to him.
Yeah.
He's just insane.
He's just sadistic.
I kind of love that.
It's like the world is caught up with his insanity. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's always been this crazy fella, and now it's all going downhill to match
There's now a world that matches the kind of person that he is.
Yeah.
Oh, man, it's good. It's good stuff, man.
It's very good, yeah.
That final sequence when Max finally goes mad.
He was mental.
Even there's that part where we pointed it out and he goes, he's mad. It's like, it's the movie.
It's Unleashed. It's Max Unleashed.
There's that part, but just the part where he gets shot in the leg and he like blows the guy away with a shotgun.
It's gnarly.
That's
something I want to bring up, actually. The editing of this movie is fantastic, I think.
So good. It's
like,
so
a lot
good.
of people say editing is at its best when it's seamless. I think here, some of the cuts, like for example, when Max's leg gets bloody wrecked by this shotgun, his leg gets raptured, and then we quickly cut away. It's like, that's all you need to see. And similar thing in the car chases, when you get those like close-up shots of eyes and stuff, and it's kind of Roadrunner, but it matches
right before
the vibe.
They crash and it like bugs out. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
it's good
so
stuff.
good. It's another Ozploitation gem, but I think everyone already knew that. You know,
it kind of feels like it manages to rise above the Ozploitation in a way, though. Does that make sense?
It's a good mix of the two, because it starts off very typical 70s fare. It's got a bit of a soapy vibe at the start, especially with Max and his wife and child interplay at a little villa by the beach or whatever, and it's like they're just hanging out and doing their thing, and then it just goes crazy with all the car chase and stuff. So it's a great entry point into Ozploitation, I think.
Yeah, and it's like the gold standard of Ozploitation too as well. You could argue. I mean, to be fair, I'm not a Ozploitation knower.
You're getting there, man. You've watched a couple on our travels.
We're gonna watch a lot more as well. It's a big part of Australian film, but the film's reputation alone and the place it holds on the global stage, it's got to be like some sort of gold standard of the genre. I like that part when
remember when? Let's go for it.
I love that part at the end as well when he cuffs the guy's leg to the car and then sets it ablaze and all that.
That's the
final big confrontation, and the guy doesn't even really deserve it.
Yeah, he's just a little snake.
He was coerced by Toe Cutter to do it. Like, he didn't want to set Goose on fire, but
Max doesn't care.
Max goes, you can cut through the tensile steel in 10 minutes or your leg in 5, and it blows up in like 2, so it doesn't matter either way.
Oh man, yeah.
What I find really interesting about this is you look at number 4 and there's these action like these hand-to-hand combat sequences, like where someone goes down with an axe on Max, and Max grabs it, pushes him back, and it's like an action movie. It's got choreographed and it's good stuff. In this one, It's just, Max gets shot in the leg. And so then he whips out his shotgun and shoots the guy driving towards him. And the car chases too, while brilliant, are so tame in comparison to where they go.
The main set piece is that they're driving at a fast speed. You know what I mean?
Which is sped up in camera as well.
Exactly. And lightly tapping each other. Unfortunately, this is where one of my film prejudices comes in from Strictly Ballroom. I said my prejudice was slowed down footage that is meant to look like slow-mo.
But it's the flip side of the coin.
But it's the same thing for me. It doesn't look great for me.
That's interesting because I don't like the slow-mo that you described as well. But actually, while I don't think sped up looks brilliant, I don't mind it as much.
It's not the end of the world. Just shoot it normally. You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah. It feels very parlor trick. It feels very Lumiere Brothers parlor trick to augment the footage like that. I don't know. But that's just me. And just you wait. In like a short film I'm doing in like 10 years, I'll probably be doing the same techniques and people will be like, I'm actually, but anyway.
In Baz Luhrmann's film, it feels more like a stylistic choice, which I don't enjoy. Whereas in this, it kind of feels like more a limitation of the time.
Necessity. It's like, we have to show the cars going fast. Just speed up the footage, mate. Don't worry about it.
We can't speed this up in a way that looks any better. Like, we have to keep people safe. We have to...
As much as you can. A guy gets hit in the face with a bike tire in this.
Yeah, there's a part where a guy just got absolutely bludgeoned in the back of the head by the...
Poor guy. That would actually hurt.
Yeah, proper slow-mo too.
Proper slow-mo. Real slow-mo. And even then it looks like it hurts hard. It's just like, ouch. Ouchie, ouchie.
A lot of the charm is just seeing all the stuntmen who eat absolute crap in this film. Obviously, I'm a big proponent for safe film practice. Like, that's so important.
OHS.
People's safety is the number one priority on any film set at all times.
That being said,
it lends a level of realism just seeing real people. It's like when you see someone get punched in the face for real. Like in Creed 1 when...
when he gets laid out.
Michael B. Jordan actually got punched for real in the face. And
it sounds masochistic, but it looks so good, baby.
I'm glad no one died.
That's true.
I feel a little bit bad saying it looks good and it lends to this film's charm because it is super dangerous and it shouldn't have happened.
Talking on the limitations that you were saying, can we talk about some of these filming locations, brother? We are
please.
Science Works. My favorite has to be the Melbourne University car park.
It looks so cinematic though.
It looks so good. Like, it looks very 60s architectural thing. I just find it so funny that you can go there now. You can go there and shoot a student film at this place. I'm amazed that the Melbourne University gear rental people didn't come around and be like, you're damaging the priceless Melbourne Uni sandstone or whatever, $10 million fine. You know what I mean?
You better make sure you give back the exact same batteries that we gave you.
I wonder if they went to the Melbourne Uni film equipment place being like, hey, our Zoom mic is broken. Can we please like borrow one for the day? And they were like, have you signed the equipment contract?
Yeah.
This is all like trauma dumping, by the way. This is all like from experience of dealing with very, very nice and very, very helpful gear rental people. I'm not trying to burn any bridges here.
Work it out in a public forum like this podcast.
No, we love you guys. You guys are doing a great job, genuinely. You're dealing with pieces of shit uni students every day.
I'm going to try for 2 seconds to talk about cars. I'm not a car guy, so...
No, mate, this is the car hour. Let's go.
Yeah, but I'm not good at cars, so... And also, Wikipedia is telling me that a lot of these sources may not have been reliable when they wrote this up either, so...
It's okay. Mitch's Car Corner.
The man who does not know cars. The yellow Interceptors were Ford Falcon XB sedans, which were a Victoria police car for a while.
There you go.
The Black Pursuit Special was a 1973 Ford XB Falcon GT351 with a limited edition hardtop, which was primarily modified by Murray Smith, Peter Arcadepan, and Ray Berkeley.
That's Max's car, right? That's the Interceptor?
That's the main Max. That's the Interceptor.
That is like an exceedingly rare car these days, by the way. I just want to let you
know. It's
know.
also just sick in this movie, dude.
It's so rad, honestly.
It's so rad. Part of the plot of this movie is that Max is going to quit the police force. Yeah. And the main police guy, who I don't think is a commissioner, he's some sort of police chief or something there. He basically tries to bribe Max by giving him a V8, like a black V8 car. The Knight Rider's vehicle was another Pursuit Special, apparently, and that was a 1972 Holden HQ Monroe Coupe.
Yeah, get him that Holden. Let's go. Australian car industry. RIP, but...
Rest in peace, yeah. Max's car is the same car in number 2 as well. They actually gave the car up for sale after this movie was done filming. No one bought it though, so they were just like, it's actually the exact same car because they just managed to get the same car back.
Managed to get it back.
Yeah, because no one bought it.
And it was for the longest time at Acme. They put it on like a little plimp.
Now it's in Miami, I think.
It's a globe-trotting vehicle.
And remember there's that part where the blue van gets hit and like a bunch of paint comes out and stuff like
Great
that.
Moment. Yeah, I love that moment.
It's actually milk, so it's easier to clean up. Clever.
If you want to know about the Mad Max cars, we'll talk about it next week. But you can go to the Mad Max 2 Museum in Silverton, New South Wales. We'll talk about it next week. Don't worry.
Near Broken Hill.
On the whole, Mad Max 1, it's a great first start to this very quite lucrative and influential and honestly just kind of stellar series of films that definitely put Australia on the map with regard to the max, the max of Australian film. Dude, that was off the dome.
Dude, you're so good.
Thanks, man.
Another point to note is that this film gets the prestigious Under Southern Screens Murdered Child Award.
Yes!
There is another murdered child. That is 3 murdered children on this podcast.
Ding.
Ding. Put CinemaSins ding in there. Ding.
I will. I'll do it right now.
Yeah. Thank you.
If I don't do it, I'm sorry. Anyway, Mitch.
Yes.
Level with me, baby. What is the most Australian thing about Mad Max? I'm sure it's been very hard for you to pin this one down.
I think I'm going to stick to the original one I told you on the day, and that's just everyone driving on the left-hand side of the road.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
It's so... I mean, obviously... Australia is not the only place that has the left-hand side driving. I think Britain does it as well.
Yeah, a few Asian countries as well.
A few Asian countries too. But it's just so... Because when I'm watching something, I'm expecting things to be on the right side of the road because it's mostly American or Asian countries that don't have the left-hand side rule.
Yeah, right.
Or some other place in Europe like France or something. That's most of the movies I'm watching. So watching cars be on the left-hand side in chase sequences was like, damn, they're going down the wrong side of the road. No, wait, hold on. Actually, it's not as insane a stunt as they were doing.
Yeah,
whoa, they're really racing down the wrong side of the
I guess adding on to that point, a bunch of the cars were in right-hand drive as well. So
yes. So when they get in, you're like, oh, right, yeah, they're not getting into the passenger seat. They're actually getting into the driver's seat. Small story from Mitchell. I once played a bunch of Grand Theft Auto 5, and I didn't drive for a really long time between playing that Grand Theft Auto 5. And then I tried to get into my car, and I went to the passenger side, and I went, where the frick is my wheel?
That's so funny.
Like, look, obviously it didn't take me that long to realize what had happened, but still there was a moment of what the okay, I had to walk
just
around
a little
my
readjustment period.
Yeah, just I didn't get in or anything. Obviously I noticed it before I entered the car.
Well, Mitch, I know I won't get into a car with you again in the future.
You've driven me, I think, right?
I've driven you here and there, you know.
On the Fury Road.
On the Fury Road, but that's not for another couple of weeks.
In 3 more weeks.
In 3 more weeks. You're just going to have to be patient, dear listener.
I'm sure everyone's chomping at the bit for us to talk about Fury Road.
I'm looking forward to it as well. There's so much to unpack with that movie.
I'm also looking forward to next week's. And honestly, I'm excited to talk about the third one as well.
Yeah, I know. Mad Mayx, it's just the gift that keeps on giving, man.
For 4 whole weeks.
They don't miss. And I think I mentioned it last episode, but I've seen Mad Max 1, I've seen 2, but I haven't seen 3.
Whoa.
And I've seen Fury Road, obviously. But so 3 is going to be a completely blind watch for me.
That is exciting.
Yeah. I'm excited to enter the Thunderdome.
A rare Mitchell has seen, but Matt has not.
I know. It's an interesting flip of the format there, baby.
This is my domain now.
He is the Knight Rider.
No, I don't want to be. He's a rapist. I don't want to be the Knight Rider.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, my bad. Cut that.
Thank you. Cut that. But you can get in touch with us to express your excitement for Mad Mayx via TikTok, Threads, and Instagram at Under Southern Screens Pod. You can also send us excitement mail at undersouthernscreenspod@gmail.com.
Excitement mail. Is that what it stands for?
Yeah, that's the email stands for. It's excitement.
Excitement mail.
That wasn't even deliberate.
Dude, mate, we're just geniuses. What can I say?
I'm just that funny. I'm making jokes before I realize.
But yeah, send us an email. That'll be cool.
Give us some reviews if you want. Like, tell us your thoughts and opinions. Send pictures of you in a car or wearing a leather jacket.
Just in a car or a leather jacket.
We'll do a compilation if we get enough.
Yeah.
If no compilation appears on the Instagram, it means we didn't get any pictures.
And then it's your problem.
And that's your fault. Yeah. And that's it. I think that's the end of the podcast.
Well, you know what? Mad Mayx has only just begun. Next week, we're going to be talking about Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior.
Sorry, were you saying something?
I was just about to say I tried to sound gravelly and really gruff with that, but then you came in with the car noises and it made me feel inferior. So, yeah.
Well, keep driving towards them southern screens.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Under Southern Screens. We'll be back next week to talk more films down under. We just want to attribute that our opening title is Heavy Duty by Zoo, and our closing title is Heavyweight by Fell Creek. Thanks so much for listening, and Mitch and I will see you in the next episode. See you next time. Under Southern Screens would like to acknowledge the stolen lands on which this podcast is recorded and produced, and pay tribute to the Wurundjeri and Woiwurrung people of the Kulin Nation and Camaragal people of the Eora Nation.
Sovereignty was never ceded, and we pay respect to all Indigenous elders past, present, and emerging. Always was, always will be Aboriginal land.